Hi guys, I'm Randy with BRStv, and today we're adding on an EcoTech diffuser to our Radion LED fixtures for a more blended and even spectrum with a much more muted but more aesthetically pleasing shimmer in the tank. In this video, we'll show you what the diffusers are all about, show you how simple they can be to install on your existing Radion light, as well as provide some recommendations for intensity settings after they're installed. The EcoTech Radion Diffuser Upgrades represent the next generation of using LED lighting for reef tanks as they evolve into lighting solutions that are not only capable of producing repeatable results in coral growth and coloration similar to historical lighting options, but does so in a much smaller form factor and more efficiently from a power consumption standpoint. These diffuser upgrades combine multiple individual color spectrums into one cohesive spectrum more similar to natural sunlight and previous reef lighting solutions, meaning that the corals are getting proper spectral energy as well as reducing individual color bands in the tank and that disco ball style shimmer. After installing one on your existing Radion LED, you'll notice a more appealing shimmer and softer, more natural look overall throughout the entire tank. Maintaining the very slim appeal that the Radions have been known for, adding on a diffuser really only increases the fixture's thickness by a little over the ½ an inch, which is pretty nominal, and to some maybe hardly noticeable. Along with that, they only take a couple of minutes to install and will work on any generation of Radion you may have. With only 2 diffusers to choose from which span the entire Radion generation line, choosing the right diffuser for you is as easy as matching one to your existing light with either the XR15 or the XR30 option. The XR30 diffuser will fit any Radion XR30 Gen 1 to Gen 4 light fixture, while the XR15 diffuser will fit both saltwater and freshwater XR15 fixtures. EcoTech made the diffuser upgrades very simple to use and super easy to install, utilizing only 3 parts to have them over your tank in no time. Both the XR15 and XR30 diffuser will come with a white reflector or mounting bracket, the black magnetic diffuser plate, and a diffuser lens which nestles into the magnetic plate. Other than that, all the hardware for installation is already on your existing Radion LED. Each diffuser will share the same length and width dimensions as their respective XR15 or XR30 and is just over a ½ an inch thick, meaning that the total thickness of your Radion goes from 1½ inches to only 2 inches. As I just mentioned, the only hardware you'll need to install the diffuser is already included on your Radion light fixture, meaning the only thing we'll need to add one onto our Radions is a Phillips screwdriver. Although these may be easy enough to install while the lights are still mounted, to avoid dropping anything in the tank and to make it a little easier, you may want to unmount the lights before getting started. Starting first with the XR15, all I need to do is remove the 4 corner screws and take off the lens frame. Then I can add on the reflector bracket and fasten it in place with the same 4 screws, and all I have to do is add on the magnetic diffuser plate with the film inside, and that's it. The XR30 install is pretty much exactly the same as the XR15, however, along with the 4 perimeter screws, there's an additional 4 screws around the fan. With those removed, you can pull off the lens frame, add the reflector bracket, replace the screws, and mount the magnetic diffuser plate and film. One important thing to note when reinstalling the screws, for proper alignment, you will want to screw in the perimeter screws first, followed by the fan screws. That's really all there is to it. However, some reefers find that remounting your lights first before adding on the magnetic plate and diffuser film makes it much easier to keep the screen in place. Moving on to setup and use with the Radion Diffuser Upgrades now installed on your light fixtures. If you're happy with your previous light settings for spectrum and total photo period from before, it's not necessary to change them. However, you will want to account for some PAR reduction that comes with using a diffuser. Since a vast majority of Radion users don't typically run their lights at 100%, almost always there's some room for increases to overall intensity. With that in mind, on average, the diffusers will reduce PAR anywhere from 20 to 25%, so to account for that, you really only need to increase your total intensity by the same. There's not much to maintenance for the EcoTech Radion Diffuser, but some minor maintenance could be done alongside of the regular maintenance on the light fixture itself. That said, all that really needs to be done is to occasionally remove the diffuser to clean off any dust and debris with some canned air, which is extremely quick with the magnetic coupling of the diffuser plate without having to unmount the light at all. Thanks for watching, and if you have any more questions that we didn't answer here, feel free to give us a call, send us an email, or hop on a chat. See you next time on BRStv.